Hello, welcome everybody. I think we have it set properly now. As soon as somebody pops on, let me know if we're sideways. That's all I need to know. Say yes, you're sideways, or no, you're not sideways, and then I'll know. I just tried a second ago and I was like, something doesn't look right with the comments and that sort of thing. So I'm like, okay, we're going to try this again. So let's see. But I think I feel better. I feel like things are in a better place. Like I said, I have a new kind of mount, a new setup. So just trying to make sure things are working properly. It's always kind of a toss up, right? whether things are going to work properly or not. Okay. So I'm trying to see. So comments, say hello, let me know. Philomena, hello. Is everything good now? That's all I need to know. Are we sideways or are we good now? Thank you so much for your patience too, guys. So if I haven't said this before, because I'm really not even sure, you are watching Amy Frillici at the Gathering Inspiration Stamp Studio. We are doing our now second ever online card making class. So I'm so excited to do this with you guys. We had a great time last month. Okay, awesome. Thank you. We're fine now. Thank you so much, Philomena. I appreciate. So I feel like there's one little thing I just want to tilt a little bit. I don't know. Okay. I think I'm just not going to worry about it. I'm trying to make sure that we're good. I think we're pretty straight. So anyway, okay, here we go, ladies. We are going to start our card making class. So as I did last month, I just want to kind of go over and show you kind of my basic toolkit that I use all the time. We've got scissors. I've got my little, this is the take your pick tool, has a few different ends. I love this little Barbie spatula end to put my embellishments on. A lot of times people do use this, like the sticky putty side of things. I am more fluent in using this end than that end. There's also a paper piercing tool if you pull this out, but I have a separate paper piercing tool, so that's what I use. Adhesives, always have to have my Stampin' Seal adhesive, my mini glue dots, and then I've got some full-size dimensionals and some mini dimensionals. And then the other tools that I always have to have are my Simply Chamois to clean my stamps after we're done stamping, the silicone mat for little pieces that you want to add to your cards. You don't want to get your work surface all sticky. Use this little guy and you will avoid the sticky in places you don't want it. And then my Stampin' Pierce mat is my last little guy that I use. I'll use this a lot of times for stamping, obviously for paper piercing, just kind of a good little extra work surface there. So, okay. We are going to kind of jump right in. I do want to mention, I'm going to kind of scoot things out of the way. Now I'm putting them all on opposite sides of where I had them. So I'm going to be like, where is everything? I do want to mention before we start making our cards, Stampin' Up is introducing something new called the Product of the Month. It is going to start at the beginning of December. They say it's the beginning of each month. They don't give us an exact date, so I don't think it's always going to be the very first day of the month, but watch for this. So for example, again, starting in December, the beginning of the month in December, you can qualify for the Product of the Month with a $75 order. So you can get something free. We actually saw the December Product of the Month. It is some beautiful designer series paper. That's what you can get with your $75 order. So they kind of talk about, it says, follow these simple steps to get the exclusive Product of the Month for only $5. So you're going to log into your Stampin' Up account. You have to have a Stampin' Up account to participate, probably because there's only one Product of the Month allowed for each customer or demonstrator. Okay, so that's why you have to log in. You have to have an account, basically. Then you're going to add the products to your cart. Once you get to $75 in product purchases, you will be able to add to your order with the Product of the Month. Again, it is an additional $5 for the Product of the Month. And that's what it's saying right there. And then basically step number 5 is enjoy your Product of the Month. So wanted to make sure everybody knew about that is something new. Again, starting in December, what they have said is it's only available while supplies last. So when you put your first order in December, check out the Product of the Month if it's something that you want, which they said they're going to be offering amazing products that you won't be able to obviously get anywhere else. So you're going to need the product of the month, right? So make sure to add it to your cart. Again, the sooner the better, because once these items sell out, they're not going to replenish them. If for some reason, though, the item doesn't sell out during the month, in January, you are eligible to potentially get 2 products of the month. One from December if it's still available, and then the new January product of the month. So keep that in mind. They are around until they sell out. So if they don't sell out in the month that they're first kind of introduced, you could still potentially, but I wouldn't wait. If it's something that you fall in love with, I would definitely put your order in to qualify and get that in the month that it's available, because you just never know when those things are going to sell out. So, okay, I just want to swipe over and back and make sure we're good. I think we've got that. Then the other thing I want to make sure you guys know about is we are doing a Black Friday sale starting next Tuesday, November 25th. Hello, Miss Sherry. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Yes, so the Black Friday sale is starting next Tuesday, November 25th, and it's going to run for basically a week through the following Monday, December 1st. So they're obviously starting it early because they're starting it on Tuesday when Black Friday isn't until Friday, right? So it's kind of like, I think it's turned into like Black Friday week, I would say. So keep in mind, we've got that great sale going. 40% off of blends, 25% off of adhesives, and 15% off of cardstock. Now they do say select adhesive, select cardstock. So I don't know that's necessarily going to be everything, but just keep that in mind. Blends, adhesives, cardstock, all up to 40% off, again, starting next Tuesday for 1 week only. So it's funny because I was going to put an order in. I want to replenish some cardstock, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to wait till next Tuesday now so that I can get my 15% discount on whatever cardstock is available. So, okay. All right. I think we are ready. I don't have my, my glass mat here. And so I'm like, okay, should I have it? I don't like it because it, shows the glare from my light fixture up above. So I'm trying to do this without it, but it's also usually kind of tells me like where I am in the camera. So you guys let me know if I'm doing something and you can't see what I'm doing, please holler and let me know that. So I can make sure you guys can see what we're doing. Okay. So I'm going to try to keep track of that, but you never know. Sometimes I just get so excited about what we're doing that I don't realize I'm not like in camera picture. But okay, so here is our first card. Okay, I'm going to keep trying to make sure Facebook is letting me know who is watching. Okay, Elsie, hello and welcome. So Elsie did her first demonstration for us at our team meeting on Tuesday, and she did a wonderful job. So happy to have her sharing with us because she's a beautiful stamper. And so thank you again, Elsie, for sharing with us at our team meeting on Tuesday. Loved your projects. Always, you do such beautiful work. So thank you for sharing your talents with us. Okay, so card number 1 is this cute, simple, love this layout, right? I'm trying to think if this was Susan. Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. I think I was trying to remember if this was, I don't think this was a swap card that I received, but I love this layout. I was going to say it's great when you need to make like multiples of some, like for a swap basically, because this piece, this designer series paper piece is a 3x4 piece. So you can get 12 of this piece out of one sheet of 12x12 designer series paper, if that makes sense. So you can make a bunch. You can make 12 cards with just one sheet of this designer series paper. And then this measures, and that's why I probably need my Stampin' Glass Mat Studio thing, don't I? Because I don't have a way to measure anything anymore. Oh my gosh. Yeah, all right. Maybe we will have to bring it back in, because that could drive me crazy. Okay, I had it right here just in case. So yeah, we're going to have that glare, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put something right up there in the way, so that kind of like, I think that helps take away the glare. Plus then I can make sure I've got this thing centered. There, that's how we're going to do this. I'm working on my system here, ladies. I will say that, but I think I'll start out not with this here so you don't have the glare, but then when we start our stamping, then I'll pull it out and kind of cover up the glare. So way more than you need to know, but that's just how my brain works. So have to like speak it out loud and then hopefully I'll remember. Although a month from now is a really long time too. So we'll see. Anyway, okay, so blah, 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 right? All right, so we are playing with this is the Pine Tree Trimmings stamp set. So such a cute stamp set. We made another card, I think it was at Bingo, not too long ago, that used this stamp set, and I just loved it. Oh, and I think I actually also used it on a previous Facebook Live, because I remember the fun fold, and it used a bunch of those sentiments. I haven't done enough stamping with these stamps yet, though, so you know, the never-ending list of like, ooh, I want to play with this and I want to play with that, and oh my gosh, what about this and that and the next thing? So yeah, those are cute because there's like a little set of dies too. We're not using them, but I think if they are right here, I'll show you them. Yeah, because these are so cute, right? Just this Anna, hello, hi, thanks for hanging out with us. I'm glad you can join us today. So yeah, this little set of dies, you can obviously see that tree. We'll cut out all of those little guys, and then you've got some extra littles, like those are little presents, a bow, a star, and I think that's probably like garland. I haven't done that yet, but that one's very cute too. So cute little bundle, right? Just a little package of dies that'll go with your pine tree trimming stamp set. Again, we're not using that today, but I just think it's so cute that if you're going to get the stamp set, you might as well get the dies too. Okay, actually also, I will mention while I'm thinking about it that all of the items that I use today on these projects are going to be included in a supply list that I will email and post on our Facebook group. It'll also be included in the details to this video and over at YouTube. So anything that you would like to order to then make these cards with me, you can watch this video later. Facebook for 30 days, YouTube for forever, but you can craft along with me. The other thing I should have mentioned also is you can get the card kits. So basically all the parts and pieces to make all 4 cards that we're making today, you can get those for free with your $50 order through me. So keep that in mind. Maybe do your shopping starting next Tuesday during our Black Friday sale. Or if you don't need any of those items that are on sale, go ahead and put your order in. Maybe right after Facebook, the online card, I was going to say Facebook Live, but our online card class, and you will get all these parts and pieces for these 4 beautiful cards sent out to you. Okay? All right, so let's see. I think we are ready to do some stamping, right? So we have our little guy here. I've got all my parts and pieces. Okay, so we're going to just grab, there's simple, right? Simple little bit of stamping here. So we're going to use our Poppy Parade ink because that is one of the colors featured in that cute little piece of Designer Series paper. So nice, easy tap, tap, tap. We are going to press straight down and lift straight up. I have my lingo that I use, right? Tap, 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 press straight down, lift straight up. So hopefully it's funny because I've had other people say, I hear you, like when I'm stamping, tap, 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 press straight down, lift straight up. So I like to be a good, like, little bug in your ear, right? To help you with your stamping. Okay, I got to find my dies and my die cutting machine. What else was I going to mention? Oh, this Designer Series paper is, I'm trying to remember the name of it and which way does it go, right? So this is kind of fun too, just that little pattern on the background. And then this one is part of the same pack of paper. I am totally drawing a blank. That is going to try to help me. It's like special delivery, something like that. I was going to try to pull it out. Where is it though? You guys, I have so much paper. like you guys all do too, right? I think it's called special delivery. I should maybe just look in my catalog, right? That might be easier. I thought I would be able to find that just by flipping, but you guys do need to know what this paper is. So let's see. If we look in our little index in the back, where's paper? Here we go. North Pole Delivery. That's what it is on page 29. Yeah, it's that paper right there. That's what we're using. So cute, right? So I chose to use some of the present patterns. So like that little present pattern, because that's the back side. And then I use that fun little pool party pattern with the all the fun like holiday animals, I'm going to say, on the back there. Okay, so we are also, let me scoot those there. So we'll do our die cutting. We're just in view there, aren't we, right? Okay, so I've got my piece of white cardstock. We are using, these are these the traditional? Yeah, the traditional label dies. You can see I've got these all pulled out because I'm doing lots with them. So labels there, right? And then more labels there. So lots of awesome label dies in that set. That I would say is one of those must-have die sets for your crafting. Woo! Oh my gosh. So that's a little bit, what do I want to say? So it's a little bit warped, right? So when it flipped, it almost flipped up, like made the boat kind of go the other way when I ran that through. Okay. Actually, we'll just put that right there. Excuse me. So it's funny, I was listening to my last online card class just to kind of refresh my memory of like, how do I do this? And I was like, oh, I had a cold last month. So very happy that that is all cleared up and gone. Just going to put a couple dimensionals on the back there. All right, now we are going to start putting our card together. And let's do another. So if you guys have any questions on these cards, please let me know, okay? I'm here to help answer any of those questions, hopefully inspire you that you love this card. This is, like I said, also just a great layout. Great. I love these cards that feature more than one design of the designer series paper. Hello, Miss Trish. Finally found us again, huh? Were you looking maybe over on our team Facebook page? I wonder. I'm like, how come you were having trouble? I'm curious to know when you say finally found. I know I was a moment late and then had a bit of an issue with the camera, but yeah, well, I'm glad you found us, right? Okay, I got to move there. If I move those in the glare, then we're good. Okay, so I'm just putting some dimensionals on the back of this guy. So isn't that so cute? Look at all that fun, the ribbons. Are you guys getting excited for Christmas? Well, since Thanksgiving is like right around the corner right now, we can start talking about Christmas. I feel, right? Okay, so that's that. Then I love to just run like a little strip of adhesive there. And then I'm going to use what I call the loop and tack method. So we're going to do that. Oh, yeah, when I was sideways. Okay, you were popped on. Okay, sorry about that. Well, okay, well, at least you found me, right? And then found us again. Okay. You lost me when we went sideways. Yeah. It's hard when you go sideways, isn't it? Okay, so just tack that down a little bit. Oh, there's Mr. Stormy. I don't know if there's anybody at the door or not, but then, so that is that irregular weave trim. I just thought it added just a little bit of like detail and texture without really taking away from the project at all. So we've got those, and then we are going to use Storm. I don't see anybody there. There's nobody there. He's barking at, he's so little he can't see. You know, he can't see out the window, right? So he thinks maybe there's somebody there, and I don't see anybody on the porch. So that's where I put all of local customer orders are out on the porch. So people do stop by somewhat regularly. So Storm has to make sure to say hello to everybody and let him know he's here, and be scared. Don't even try to come in the house because he'll get you. Oh, good. Now UPS man's coming around the corner. Okay. He was anticipating him, I guess. Thank you, Philomena. I'm glad you like that. And like I said, I think this is just a great layout. You can use this layout with any designer series paper that you have. So if I didn't mention, this is a 3x4 piece, and then this is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. This is going to be, oh, that's why I got this out originally, right? So that DSP is 1 3/4 by 5 1/2. So those are the measurements that you need. Then just a little scrap of the basic white there. Okay? All right. Stormy, that's enough now, buddy. He's rolling his eyes if he could, right? Whatever, Mom. Do you guys do that? Do you like give your dog like words that they say to you, like, whatever, Mom. Like they're your kids too, right? Okay. All right. Blah, blah, blah. Again, I don't know why I keep saying that, but I guess because I feel like I talk a lot. You guys probably know that about me, right? Okay. So card number 1, we did it. We're moving on to card number 2. Maybe I'll just put that right up. I'm trying to get rid of the glare. There, we'll just kind of stack all the cards right there. How's that? Okay, so here's another. You guys, I love this designer series paper. Vina, hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. Oh my gosh, this is so fun to have everybody here too. And, okay, yeah, so beautiful. This is back in stock too. This is I think it's called the Traditions of Christmas designer series paper. It was not available for a while, I think because they did an online card making class with that suite, and so it sold out very quickly. So now it's back, and I love, this is my favorite pattern, the one with that secret C in it, and then I love that paper too. Carolyn, hi, thanks for joining us. I didn't realize you were popping on here too. Happy to have you with us as well. Okay, so again, card number 2, another simple but beautiful card as well. All right, so we are going to start with, man, I guess I was so excited I didn't really give you measurements. Although that one, you guys know, 5.5 by 8.5 score at 4.25. That's a simple, that's that card right there. Okay. This card with our secret C card base, along the 11-inch side, along the 8.5-inch side, we cut it at 4.25 inches. And then along the 11-inch side, we scored it at the 5.5 inches. Yes. Yes. Simple, but elevated. I love it. That's where it's funny. When I was working earlier, making sure I had everything, I saw this sequin pop off of the card and I couldn't find it. So I don't know. There it is. We'll save that for later. Maybe we'll put that on on this card. I was searching all over the place for that. And so finally I just added another one. I knew it would show up. So maybe it doesn't have very good adhesive on it anymore. We'll see. We'll try it on here in a moment and check it out. Okay, so then the inside of the card too, we've got a little Happy Christmas on there. So that is using probably my favorite stamp set of this holiday mini catalog. Or maybe it was online exclusive. No, it was in the catalog. Yeah. So we've got let's look at this. It says Happy. Yeah, I was thinking it was a big Happy, but it's a little block. So there's your Happy and there's your Christmas, right? And then and I love this too, right? With the season's greetings. And then there's a die that kind of does that also, that one and that one. So we'll show you that in just a sec when we do our die cutting, but it's also part of the traditional labels. So there's the stamps and then the dies. We actually use those dies on this card right here too. That is another traditional label die. And then this one right here is also a traditional label. Okay. All right. Actually, maybe we'll put that right back there. So let's get our stamps out and our ink. Okay. So we are going to scoot this guy out of the way. We're going to stamp. You guys are so cute, Vina and Philomena. I think you guys should be sisters. Your names are like very like sing-songy, you know, like your mom and dad named you, right? Vina and Philomena. I love it. Okay, so we're going to do Happy right here, and then we're going to do the Christmas. Nice, easy tap, tap, tap. Press straight down, lift straight up. Got a little something there. Isn't that so pretty? Love that. Happy Christmas. Okay. And then we are going to use our season's greetings. So you notice when I do that nice, easy tap, 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 I'm not getting ink all over the place, all over my block where I don't need it. And I am wondering, I think I need to do that again. I don't think I gave myself enough room. So we're going to do that because that die, I need some room on the end there, right? For that little tail kind of a thing. So let's see. Hopefully I moved that one over enough now, right? Okay. We are going to hope that I did a good job stamping. And so I'm going to just clean these stamps off again with my Simply Chamois, right? And one more. There we go. Okay. There, then I don't get it all over everything when I go to put things together. Okay. Scooting those. We're going to do this one here. Oops. I'm cranking the handle like it's going to go somewhere. It's on the other side, Amy, so it's not going to go anywhere. Okay, so again, the traditional label dies. So we used that little die. So this is how I feel like I'm organized, but you know, this system works for me. Anyway, I used that one just a minute ago on our card. I'm using these two on other cards I'm working on right now. And then these were the other labels. This is the one we're actually going to use on this card, but just an awesome set of dies. Okay, so this one is fairly important that we get it lined up. So pretty though, right? Okay, there we go. Oh, man, Stormy's on fire today. Oh gosh, sorry. That's probably going to happen every time I run that through. Maybe I should get a different plate because that's kind of startling, isn't it? Storm, why don't you lay down? Can you lay down now? This one's kind of warped too, but we'll see. Maybe this one won't make that horrible noise like that one is. Okay. Let's get that. Isn't that so pretty? Love like just that little stitching, the little bit of texture and the banner and the little flags. So pretty. And really pops out very nice and easy too, which I appreciate because sometimes you have to work a little bit more, you know, to get some of those dies, the paper out of the die, I should say, but not that one. Okay. I think we can put things together. So again, another simple but elevated project. So cute. I love all these connections that you guys are making. Susan's just saying, hi, Vina. Yeah, I just love, again, this community we are building is so fun to see and be a part of, and I can tell you guys are all connecting and really like lifting each other up also, which I just think is such a beautiful thing. Love this paper too. This plaid paper. I don't think I've used that enough. Because that's the problem. They put two of my most favorite patterns, this pretty plaid and then this particular one with the secret C behind it. Like, oh, they should have put those on different ones. You guys are so cute. Thank you, ladies. I'm so glad you can all be here. Okay, so we've got that one, and then we're going to just layer. And you know what? I didn't give you dimensions on these either, did I? This is going to be 1 1/4 by 5 1/4, and this one is 2 1/2 by 5 1/4. There we go. Now we got those dimensions also. Okay, we are going to put that one right there. And again, we are just going to, this is my new favorite thing to do. You don't even have to tie a bow, ladies, for the bow challenged friends in our lives. This is for you because you just kind of, the loop and tack method, again, is what I'm calling this. It is gorgeous, isn't it, Trish? It's the paper. It is just such beautiful paper. Okay, we are going to, maybe there, we're trying to even that one out just a little bit. That's right though. Okay, then we are going to add more dimensionals, which are right here. Thank you, thank you. I love this card too. I think this is truly one of my favorite patterns of designer series paper that we have this season. There's just something about it. Hi, Mike, how are you? Thanks for hanging out with us. Mike's coming up to Alma this weekend. And then actually we're going to go to Grand Rapids to see my daughter and her boyfriend. And then my sister and her family are going to be there also. And my niece is dancing this weekend. She is getting a dance minor from Grand Valley State University. And so she is doing her, I think it's called a capstone piece. So it's kind of her final dance. She choreographs this dance, and then we'll be performing it. So we're very excited to go see her. dance. That's on Sunday, but we're going to go make a kind of a night weekend of it. I'm going to try to take that one right there too. So yeah, we're very excited to kind of get together with everybody and spend some quality family time with everybody. So, so cute. And he even commented, hello. You guys, I just love that he is so supportive in all of this. It was actually really cute. I'm going to share with you guys more about Backstage probably on the next Facebook Live, but it was very sweet. He came to pick me up from the airport and just super curious about how everything went, had lots and lots of questions. Just love that I can share this with him also and with all of you guys too. So it was just a really great experience being at Backstage, I would say. So, okay, there we go. So there's card number 2. I'm glad you guys like that card as well. All right, we're going to scoot that one out of the way. And actually, I'm going to grab this ribbon too. Trying to stay organized, ladies. Okay, card number 3. And how are we doing? I was kind of running around. Yes, see you soon. I was, of course, running around. So, yeah. As always, you know, I'm just not the best estimator of time, which Mike can definitely attest to. You know, I try my best, but what was my point in that? I don't know. I'm not even going to share. Anyway, yeah. So we're here and everything is good, but man, did we slide in on 2 wheels today, which is not unusual. Okay, so we're going to start. Oh, here I am. Just like, here's our next card. Isn't this so cute? So we cut like these into 4 little pieces. I'll show you those, kind of the dimensions. Yeah, isn't this one so pretty too? I love kind of a non-traditional, like the pink and green. This is like a very preppy Christmas card, right? 'Tis the season. I think we put some little star stamps on the inside there too. Okay, so this is thick white cardstock that we are starting with. Oh, I know. That's why because I wanted to look at my watch, but I didn't even have a chance to put my watch on. So I literally have no idea what time it is, but hopefully we're doing okay on timing. Okay, so thick white cardstock. Along the 11-inch side, we cut it at 5.5 inches, and then along the 8.5-inch side, we scored it at 4.25 inches. So I should tell you guys too, this new mount has this big base to kind of hold everything up. I wonder if I can. I don't know if that's gonna. This, what do I want to say? The Stampin' Glass mat. I guess I can. It was kind of butting up against the base. And so that's why you guys weren't seeing, but maybe I will do. Now can you guys see where is the bottom? Wow. Yeah, I have to move that way up, don't I? But I think we're okay. I just wasn't sure if it was going to be balanced or not, because now my glass mat is up on top of the base of like the camera mount, but I think we're okay. So let's see. I'm just trying to, you guys, can you guys see the corner now? I wasn't showing that before, but okay, I think we're good. Right? And are we, I'm always trying to make sure we're somewhat even, not like super cockeyed, right? Okay, so we talked about the measurements, right? Cut it on the 11-inch side at 5.5, score it on the 8.5-inch side at 4.25. Yes, you're right, Vina. The DSP and dies do all of the hard work on these cards. That's it. And so again, like Philomena says, we make simple but elevated cards around here, which I think is absolutely the case. Like there's not a ton of stamping and die cutting, but there's just enough to make these cute projects. Plus, I usually like to make multiples of these things so I can share them with you all. Like I've been working on my Christmas cards to send out to all of my customers and my team members, and it's a lot of cards. So I would love to be able to make more detailed cards, but I would just not have the time to be able to do that. So I love these, again, simple but elevated cards using lots of designer series paper and some fun dies to kind of add a little bit of texture and dimension. So that's what we do here. Okay, so that is the kind of card base. We're going to just fold it in half, just like that, right? Then we have a piece of garden green cardstock that measures 5.25 by 4 inches. And then we have these 4 little pieces of designer series paper. These are some of that Christmas tags and more designer series paper. So these all measure 2 3/8 by 1 3/4. And then those are going to get put on there, right? Then I've got some scrap pieces of basic white and melon mambo to do our stamping and die cutting. Okay, so we're going to do that now. We'll do our stamping and die cutting. Okay, that, actually we don't need that one, right? Okay, so there we go. So I need, and again, we're using our garden green ink because it coordinates with our garden green cardstock. Yes, the card is from the heart, and that is all that matters. That is so absolutely true. Yes, I totally agree, Philomena. Okay, there we go. And I love this color combo too, the green and pink, right? Again, kind of a preppy color combo. Okay. All right, let's see. We're going to grab some of our ribbon. So we got that ready to go. Okay, so we'll do our tree first. Oh, did I tell you guys what stamp set? This is from the Ornamental Christmas stamp set. So we're going to use this tree. Yes, the traditional Christmas colors. So Anna, absolutely. You could use like the real red or a cherry cobbler with this one as well. And that would be just as beautiful. I think it's fun though too, to like change things up a little bit. So I don't think you can go wrong. There are so many great color combos for Christmas, I would say. Okay, so we're going to do our Christmas tree right here. And then we're also going to use this 'Tis the Season stamp from this Ornamental Christmas stamp set. On the inside, we use that little star right there too. Okay, so again, nice easy tap, tap, tap. That's where I'm feeling it. It's a little bit rocky when I'm stamping, but we're not stamping too much. So we're going to keep going with this and hope that we do all right. And then we've got our 'Tis the Season. I'm going to stamp that one right on there. Such a pretty font too, really. Oh, that is too funny, Anna. I thought you were like, oh, I kind of like the red better. Well, I think either way would be beautiful, right? So again, this is Melon Mambo. That's why I'm using the Melon Mambo ink. Can you tell a little bit more? And then here's some Melon Mambo cardstock that we're using. But yeah, I think either one would be great. That is too funny. Yeah, I love it. Okay, so we're going to get rid of this one. And then actually on the inside of our card, now this is one where you do need to be careful because this one, when I stamped before, I got ink kind of on other places and made like little splotches, but I think that looks good, right? Yeah, so just be real careful with that. Maybe it's the littler ones, I don't know. But somehow I got ink around it, and so I had like little splotches around my stars too. On one card I made recently, I do remember that. Okay, we are again going to clean things off so we don't get our ink on places we don't want. Oops, excuse me. That we don't want our ink. Okay. One more. I feel like there was a little bit of pink ink left on there. So there, that'll be good. Okay. Clean those up and get those out of the way. Okay, again, we are going to do a little bit of die cutting here. And then we'll have some more fun putting our next card together. All right, so we've got that one there. And actually, let's see. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to trim this off because I want to put my other, we're going to put the pink, the Melon Mambo on there too. Let's do this. This is going to make me feel better. I can be able to see things a little bit better there. Okay, so we are using a couple different sets of dies. First of all, we have the Ornamental Christmas dies that, of course, coordinate with the Ornamental Christmas stamp set. Again, a little bit of a jumbled mess, but I love these dies, especially that ornament one right there, right? And then, so we're going to use this tree right here on that one. And then we are also using, these are the Everyday Arches dies. So we've got these two. These are, well, these are, so that's the smallest. So we've got the second and third smallest dies are what we're using from those to make our tag here. Okay. So we're going to do this one here. We're going to do that one there. And then we're going to line this guy up over here. Okay. So yeah, I was kind of, I mentioned backstage. It's like I have so much I want to say about it. And, then I'm like, oh gosh, can I do it while I'm stamping? Maybe while I'm die cutting a little bit. But yeah, we just had the best time. Such good people, such good friends, such a good company to be a part of. I loved, they did a really, really good job of basically explaining why they do what they do, you know, because sometimes we have questions, right, about why are they doing it like this, or what about that? And so they just did a really good job of kind of sharing the reasoning why, the reasoning behind things. And I will say, you know, they say it, and I think it's really true that demonstrators are at the heart of every decision that they make. They say it, and I really think that, you know, it's the truth. It's like how their motto that they live by. And so, you know, the whole change is hard sometimes. You know, maybe stamp cases and die cases and that kind of stuff. But they're trying to keep costs down for us. And so that's one way that they're able to do that, is kind of by changing up some of those things. So I think you just walk away with a kind of renewed sense of inspiration and kind of team spirit and all of those types of things. Okay, so we are going to put these little pieces of designer series paper. Watch too on our next Facebook Live. I made a bunch of really cute Christmas tags with this paper at Craft-O-Rama last weekend with my friends. I spent way more time on kind of making those tags than I had planned to. So maybe a few other things didn't get done quite as much as I had hoped. But I had so much fun. You know, sometimes you just have to do that instead of working all the time. You know, gotta make a little time to craft and just play and have a good time. And that is exactly what I did. So I'm excited to share all of those projects with you too. Okay, that one was a little bit crooked. So that's maybe the only, you got to be careful, right? When you're putting all of those papers on there, make sure you get them lined up properly. Okay, let me get that little corner there too. Okay, so, oh, I'm so glad I did not put this on yet. So we're going to wrap our ribbon around here. I think I've done that a few times. Okay, so now I'm going to have to kind of, okay, this is when you need your silicone mat, because otherwise, and I'm going to need a little bit more than that too, right? Okay, so this is going to be a little bit of a tricky part, is trying to get this lined up across there with the adhesive on the back, but I think I'm doing a good job. But yeah, if you use the silicone mat, then even though I've got adhesive all over the back of this garden green piece, I think we're going to be okay. Yes, you've made a few cards with it too, Anna. Yes, well, it's your traditional red and green colors too. And so I found some inspiration, of course, online on Pinterest to make tags with it also, which is, you know, kind of what the other side of this particular gingham paper is intended for, and had so much fun with that. It was great kind of, you know, getting that inspiration. Did you see how nice that just like popped right off of there? And then I just kind of kept rolling with it. That's why I ended up doing so much more, spending so much more time too, because I really got inspired and just was having so much fun making those little tags that, you know, kind of once you get your creative juices flowing, there we go, trying to get that picked up, then I just couldn't stop. But it was fun. It was really, really fun. So I'm going to show you guys those on our next Facebook Live, which I will mention Facebook Live with next week being Thanksgiving. And then Friday, day after Thanksgiving, we always do kind of a girls, like aunts and cousins shopping day on the Friday after Thanksgiving. So no Facebook Live next Friday. Going to be spending time with the family. But then the following Friday, we will be back with our next Facebook Live. So I'll have lots of fun stuff to share with you then too. Okay, so we're going to put that one right there. So just adding some dimensionals. Now, final touch, let's get those guys right there, is we've got our, I think these, what are these called? Yes, the holographic resin dots are what we're going to use on this project. And I used a bunch of them. Okay, so we're going to do, you know, I don't know if I can fit 2 on there, so maybe I'll just do 1. We'll see. We're going to put, we'll come back to that in a sec. We're going to kind of just sprinkle these all over as if they're like ornaments on our card, right? So we're going to kind of just keep sprinkling these around. And then I might just put 1. Oops, I didn't actually get it. There we go. I think I'm just going to put 1 this time because I stamped over, or die cut, I guess, over. And we're going to do 2 little ones. I have kind of a medium and a small on that original card, but we're going to do 2 smalls there. Okay, so there we go. There's our next project, right? Aren't those so cute? Love that fun red and green also. Okay, ladies, we have one more fun card to share with you. And don't forget, you can get all of these card pieces with your order through me, which I always say, but I really, truly appreciate your orders. That's what helps keep me going on doing these online card classes and the Facebook Lives. That's essentially how I get paid for the work that I'm doing, is through your online orders. So thank you in advance for those as well. Okay, last card, we have this beautiful, this is the Peaceful Garden Designer Series paper. Love this paper, and I love that we get to feature 3 different patterns of this paper on this card as well. Okay, so let's see, let's talk about measurements first, okay? Oops. And we use some of the glimmer paper too. Got my finger caught on that one, so have to share that with you also. Really love these blues, the beautiful blues of the glimmer paper, that Peaceful Garden glimmer paper. Okay, so along the 8.5 inch side, making a tall card, so we're going to cut it at 4 1/4 inches. And then along the 11 inch side, we're going to score it at 5 1/2 inches. Okay. Then we have our piece of the standard layer, do it all the time, 4 by 5 1/4. Then some of the Peaceful Garden. I really wanted to use that side, but it was too busy. But I love that pattern of paper in the Peaceful Garden. So 4 by 3, that's going to go right there. Then we've got a couple pieces. This is another piece of the Peaceful Garden Designer Series paper, measuring 1 1/4 by 4 3/4. That one's going to go there. And then one more piece. This one measures 1 by 4, and that's going to go right there. Then scraps of basic white, and then a couple pieces of the Peaceful Garden glimmer paper to do our little die cutting there. Okay. Okay. So let's do our stamping first. Okay. We'll scoot that and those over there. Okay. So we have the Light and Wonder stamp set, and we used this Wishing You a Year of Wonder. So I love that you can build lots of different sentiments with this beautiful stamp set. And then kind of the mixed fonts, sucker for the mixed fonts, right? And then do we have, let's see, I don't think we did. I did a little bit of stamping on the inside there too. That one, because I was like, I have another stamp set here. So I used one of my favorites, that Gathering Moments, that little leafy guy right there went on the inside of the card. Okay, so we will do these. Okay, so Secret Sea ink we used on another card. So let me find, that is going to be right here. That always seems to happen when I have a card class. There's always, yes, great for scraps, you're right. But I always inevitably end up with 2 cards that use the same ink. It's just how it goes. And you know what? Actually, this one, I'm looking at this like, I think I'm going to die cut and then come back and stamp. So let's do that. We'll just do all of our stamping at once at the end. because I think I would have a little bit of hard time fitting that all together if I don't have it die cut. Usually I do stamping first and then die cutting, but this one I want to make sure that I get everything where I want it on the die. So we're going to stamp after we die cut. Okay. We are going to grab our die cutting machine. Okay. All right, so do I have, let's see, we're going to do this one and this one. Can I fit them all? I think I can fit them all right on here, right? Okay. So what dies are we using, ladies? We have the branching out dies. So we're going to use, this is the smallest in the jumble of branching out dies. I'm just going to confirm that. Yep. Okay, so we're going to die cut that one. And then we have the Label Me Grateful dies. So these, the Label Me Grateful dies, have used these. This was my last class to go kit that I offered. That, oh gosh, so many. It was the, what was that called? A One Sheet Wonder, which is still available. The PDF is, if you're interested in that. Such a gorgeous set of cards, and teaches you how to make, I think it was 12, was it 12 different cards with one sheet of designer series paper? So an amazing number of cards with just one sheet of designer series paper. Okie dokie. Here we go. So I love these, the labels in the branching out dies. Love that little stitching, kind of that little edge there, right? Okay. And then let's see. These things, oops. So, well, I didn't throw it very hard. I'm trying to, you know, not go crazy here. But sometimes if you just fling them. Yeah, the branching out dies, you love those too, Philomena. Let's see. Man, that did not work. Okay, so now we're going to grab our paper piercing tool. I'm afraid if I fling them too hard, they might go flying. And then what if I can't find them? And we don't want that on Facebook today, right? So we're going to just pop that one. I'm going to have to show you guys these because I think they're so pretty. I love this glimmer paper. I have been just really, really needing to use this paper, the glimmer paper. And so I'm very happy that I finally did. Okay, so check out, isn't that so, love all the glitteriness. So, so pretty, right? Okay, now we can do our stamping. That's where we're at, okay? So actually, let's do on the inside of this card too. Okay. So we're just going to stamp that. Maybe we'll do two of them. There. See those little guys there, right? Just add a little something fun on the inside of the card. Now for the real work. Okay. So nice, easy tap, tap, tap. We're going to do that wonder. And then wishing you a year. And I want to leave room over on this side for my bow. Oh no, as I'm saying that, I'm like, no, I didn't even put the bow up there. You could, now that maybe we will this time. We'll see, right? Okay, we will just add a little bit of adhesive to these guys right now. So again, you can see that would have been all over the place on my Stampin' Glass mat if I wasn't using that silicone mat. So very handy to have that as a little work surface. Okay, so we're going to add some adhesive right here. And we're going to pop this one. So hope you guys are enjoying these beautiful cards. Again, if you would like to get all of the parts and pieces for these cards, I will mail them out to you with a $50 order. So just spend $50 in my online Stampin' Up store and you can have all the parts and pieces to make these cards too. And again, I will include the supply list. Everything that we used on these cards will be on my blog and kind of a part of this Facebook Live and YouTube video this afternoon. Okay. All right, so we're going to add this little bit right here, wishing you a year of wonder. Then we're going to pop that one maybe right there. And that one right there. Okay. Next, we are going to find, this is our Secret C ribbon. We're going to tie a pretty bow in our Secret C ribbon. So love these new in colors too. They have been really beautiful colors to work with. Secret C, cloud cover card base here. Beautiful colors to work with. Do I want that? No, I think I am going to put that down there. Yeah, just for this holiday season, right? Okay, we're going to put that bow right there. Trying to make sure that's on tight. And then lastly, I haven't used our regular rhinestones. These rhinestones have been kind of a staple part of Stampin' Up! For a really long time. You can see I got a couple of packs of them. I got to get using these things. But I just thought they were kind of a perfect accent for this card. So we are going to add a couple of these little guys. We're going to put one there, and then we're going to do, oops, that stuck on my finger. Let's see. And one right there. And I'm trying to see, did I do any more? Because I kind of wanted to accent the glimmer paper. So yeah, I think that's it. We just put a couple of those guys right there. And there we go, ladies. Oh my goodness. So I hope you enjoyed all of these beautiful cards, right? Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I'm going to just swipe over and swipe back and make sure I didn't miss any more comments. But I hope you guys enjoyed these cards. Again, $50 online order gets you all the parts and pieces to make these cards too. You can follow along and watch later at your convenience and put these cards together with me anytime. It's always available on YouTube. The video is. All right. Thanks everybody for hanging out with me. I hope you have a great weekend. I hope you have a great Thanksgiving next week, and we will be back. So that'll be 2 weeks from today for our next Facebook Live. All right. Thanks everybody. See you then. Bye-bye.